Well, hello and welcome to another segment of live presentation by one of our exhibitors from the International Women in Business Virtual Expo Summit. And we have Vicky Midwood with us. Hello, Vicky. Nice to have you here.
Morning. Well, it's morning for me.
Early morning for Vicky, which is wonderful. And Vicky has got a really interesting topic sharing with us: the art of changing health, a blueprint for business and personal transformation. And Vicky, take it away, share your slides, share your wisdom. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So I am going to do a little bit of a slideshow, folks. I promise you I'm not going to bore you to death with slides, but I do think that sometimes it is nice to have a little bit of a visual going on. So here we go. The art of changing health. Now, as you can see, it is actually an acronym. And I am going to jump straight in with some facts for you. 91% of women are unhappy in their bodies and they want to change their shape, resulting in 1 in 20 women with binge eating disorder and up to 80% of women who are suffering with gut and hormone imbalances. Now, when you've got these issues going on, what do we tend to do? Decide we're going to do something about it. It may be go and visit your doctor. It might be I'm going to go on a diet. It might be I'm going to seek help, but we usually take action. But this is the art, A.R.T, to change. And the T is taking action, which means most people go about change backwards. Now, I'm going to explain what the A.R.T is, but it's based on principles. And this is just a very nice quote that I like from one of my very first business and health coaches called Dax Moy, a name you never forget. Methods are a many and principles but few. Methods keep on changing, but principles never do. And this is what we have to remember, especially if we are in business. If we work on principles, we're probably going to succeed. If we flit and change between various methods and we don't give anything long enough to actually work, we're probably going to struggle. So this is the art of change. It's awareness, responsibility, and taking action. Now, as I say, most people start with the taking action, which is starting backwards. This is a guy who most of you may be familiar with, or perhaps not. He's called Tony Robbins. He's been in the world of self-help for over 50 years. I think he's in his 70s now, and he's still going strong. But he is famous for telling people to take massive action, which is great. But if you're taking massive action by doing the wrong things, then you are going to find that change is... What does everybody say change is? Hard. Well, how about this? Change is only going to be hard if you do it backwards. And if you tell itself you're going to be hard, because what we say to ourselves is basically what we're going to get. So the more you believe and the more you keep saying and the more you read and hear that change is hard, it will be. But change actually is uncomfortable, unfamiliar, and often unknown. Now, we can decide that these things are hard, or we can decide to get curious and find them exciting, because we can then discover just what we are capable of and what is possible when it comes to changing our health and our wealth, because I genuinely do believe that health is wealth in every single area of our lives. So the A for awareness. Well, what exactly is it? And I'm guessing you're going, well, we all know what awareness is, but do you? Do you really? We need to know, what are we currently doing? What are our current habits, right? In minute detail, from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, do you know exactly what you are doing? When you're doing it, where you're doing it, who you're doing it with, and why? Because if you don't know what you are actually doing, how can you ever take the right steps to change things? And then you need to be aware of just exactly how is change going to benefit you. Because if you know all of the stuff about what you're doing and why you're doing it, and as women, we're really good at this, we will beat ourselves up for doing so many things wrong. So we've got to counter that with looking at, why do you actually want to change? Why do you want to change your shape? Do you think that that is going to solve all of your other problems, for example? So get really clear on just exactly what the changes you're wanting to make are going to do for you, for your lifestyle, for the future. Once you've done that, then you can take responsibility. Now, what does actually taking responsibility mean? Well, here's the thing. Wherever you're at with your health, within your business, within your finances, it may not be your fault. There may well be an element of circumstances that you just did not have any control over. However, it is your responsibility to do something about it. You've got to take ownership to be able to move forward. Let go of the blame game and start to look at, what can I do? Let's go from fixed mindset, fault and blame thinking, to growth mindset. Take ownership, and then you will be able to have a deep dive into just what you need to do. So you need to actually spend some time, probably pen and paper job, looking at your values, your beliefs, what traumas have gotten you to the place that you're at. What are the habits? You've already looked at those, but what are the thoughts and the feelings that go with those habits? Because once you know exactly what you need to take responsibility for, that is when you can do the T. Okay, that's taking timely action. And that means one step at a time, folks. How many people were at that time of year now where, do you know what? I'm going to sod everything. I'm going to eat everything in sight. I'll drink whatever I like because it's Christmas. Okay. Well, do you know what? Christmas comes once a year. It's not a new thing. Right? And if you're my age, you've had quite a number of them, and they're all pretty much the same. So here's the thing. Your body doesn't care. Your brain doesn't care that it's Christmas. It's just another day of you potentially giving it what it doesn't want and what it doesn't need. So why are we going to wait to January to give ourselves a whole list of taking action steps and expect ourselves to be able to do it? We're not. We have to change one step at a time. And therefore, the right time to change is right now, because you do the right steps in the right order for you, because we're not all the same. And you start where you're at right now. And that is how we change anything, not just our health, whether it's to do with how you are living, where you are living, whether it's to do with writing a book, starting a business if you haven't done one yet, beginning a YouTube channel. It doesn't matter what it is. Any element of change, you have to follow those principles. It works really well for health because you can feel and usually see the difference in the mirror. So you're getting feedback, and that makes you want to keep on going. Now, of course, you can do it alone. There is nothing about changing health that is magical, special, hidden, right? We have this thing called Google, the internet. You can find out all of the information that you want. But what we do know is that often people don't take the right steps in the right order for them if they follow Dr. Google. So you could do it with a coach or a mentor who actually has been where you are and has done what they need to do to get what they want, knows the pitfalls, can help you to do it much, much faster. And so that is what I do. I help you to take the hard out of changing health, because guess what? Health doesn't have to be hard. Go figure. And that is why I called my business Go Figure, because it's not hard if you do it the right way for you. The art of changing health is not as hard as you think. There you go. You can connect with me, folks, on my booth. Obviously, I've also got quite a number of little freebie one sheet information sheets on my link tree. So if you know how these work, QR code, if you want to do that, have a little look, please do. And that is it from me. Thank you for listening and for watching. You're on mute, my darling.
What a wonderful session. You're absolutely fantastic. I love how you see it being the wrong way round to take action, that there are other steps coming first. I just love it, Vicky. So I encourage our viewers of this video to go back over it and look at that again, and then really follow those steps in the right order. And because we are at the International Women in Business Expo, I'm just going to share with you what Vicky's booth at the expo looks like. So at the expo, Vicky's booth is fantastically set up, and you can certainly, while the expo is on, connect with her through the chat, or definitely, or you can download any brochures that she has in the brochure stands here. So just a quick look at what the expo looks like and what the background of the presentations of all of our exhibitors is about. So thank you again, Vicky. Very interesting, very powerful session from you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a great expo, folks.